Framed. Today we have Kathy Frank with us. She just opened this great gallery on Lark Street. And Kathy, I'm going to let you talk about that, about giving the name so it's pronounced correctly, and the address.
Well, it's Girlifans Gallery. I kind of pronounce it a little strangely because I seem to want to adjust to the American way of saying it. So my husband keeps on teaching me that nobody will understand it because you have to say it Girlifans. And it's Girlifans in German. So I don't even know whether anybody notices really the difference. But it seems like it's a little difficult to pronounce. And it's at 292 Lark Street.
Right across from Justin's, pretty much,
That's right, yeah.
And I remember when it was Kathy's Waffle Shop quite a number of years ago. I shouldn't say quite a number, but
a lot of years ago.
It was the premier waffle shop, and it's never been duplicated ever, okay? I just remember so many good memories there, and I think you're building good memories now with the new gallery. Your opening was spectacular. You had such a turnout and beautiful pieces of artwork there too.
It's a fantastic show. You know, we didn't select the show. We invited 70 of our artist friends, some closer, some not so close friends, but 70 artists from our artist community from the last 25 years that we know. Some of them moved away from Albany, but it's kind of local artists. But some moved to San Francisco, to New Orleans, to New York, you know, they're spread all over the place. And we didn't choose the pieces, but I think it's a wonderful show.
Okay, so you did a call to the artists, had them decide on their own what piece to bring.
Yeah. It was more, would you like to participate in the initiation of our art space? And would you like to have a piece in there, just to show the support?
That's great. And it's between Madison and Hamilton.
Right.
On the east side of Lark Street. What are your hours?
From it's Wednesday to Saturday, noon to 7. For the time being.
Okay, noon to 7.
Yeah.
Now, quite a number of the shops on Lark Street are open in the evening, aren't they? After 5 o'clock.
Yeah. I think it's good to be open so people can stop by after work.
I do too.
So, how this is going to work out, or whether we're going to be open on Sundays too, I don't know yet. So, at this point, 4 days is the most I can handle. And we'll see.
Well, I think that's a great schedule because they get that whole weekend, you know, people walking around Lark Street. And I do like the after work hours because so often in the inner city areas, they're closed.
Right.
And you have to always go out. You always have to go out to the suburbs if you want to get anything after 5 o'clock. And I know it really bugs me because I live right in Albany. And when all the stores were open, it was super. Now it's like after 5, pretty much anything I need. My neighborhood, it's all closed up. So I always end up having to go up to Colony or something. So I keep finding out more and more that shops are open. I think Weber Threads is open.
And then also the restaurants. Romeo's is open pretty much.
Romeo's is too. Oh, good.
And so I think you can also catch some of the traffic from the restaurants. People go for dinner. They might be browsing a little bit. And so I think it's good to have it like that.
I think that's really great. It's just such a popular area. And I think your space is really great too. I mean, there's just something really cozy about it. It's $2.99. Is that the address?
No, 292.
292 Lark Street.
Right.
And it's just a cute, really cozy spot. You walk down a couple of steps and you just go in. I think you're really embraced with the artistic imagery in the gallery. It's just, I think maybe it's the intimacy of a smaller space.
Yeah, the intimacy, and I think the color. The most response we've gotten from people, they walk in the space and they say, wow, what a color. I love the color. and this seemed to be first kind of a question whether we should have an orange yellow color on the wall for an art gallery because most of the art galleries are white walls
Yes.
and but I a lot of the art gallery environment kind of is it's a little bit intimidating. It's more like a shrine, so
That's
you go
true.
in and you whisper and all that, So I
That's
wanted to
true.
have a space where you walk in and you feel good. And with that environment, you might look at art differently for people that are not that used to looking at art, that it draws them in and says, oh, this is really, I feel really good in here. And, whatever is here might be good too. So that's kind of the,
That's really interesting. I
yeah.
think I've always felt that, but I wasn't consciously aware of it.
Hmm.
You're right. When I go into gallery, I always would feel sort of more. I had to behave and be polite, and you do feel that more starkness. And I think it can direct you into the imagery.
Right.
But I think that your gallery does stand out because the warmth of it just really embraces you when you enter the room.
Right.
So,
It's
and
two
it makes you
different,
feel
yeah.
good.
It's two different approaches.
Yes.
I mean, it's not that the other one is not a good way. It's just that we wanted to do something different
I
and,
like that.
create a space. Also, we have this little sitting area where we have coffee and tea and possibly juices and soda and small desserts starting, in the summer. Um, and create a little place where you can where you can spend some time and, look at the art in an environment where you'll relax.
Yeah, I like
And,
that.
in the summer, we're planning on setting up a little courtyard.
Oh, you are going
Yes,
to?
yes,
Oh,
yes.
neat.
We have some tables out there, and I would like to plant things in there
That'd be so
in the back.
neat.
It's not a lot of, it's just a little area around the edge, so it's a really tiny little courtyard. But we'd like to have outdoor sculpture shows, and then people could sit and bring their lunch and hang out there and have a cup of
That's so
coffee or
great.
something. So it'll take a while to develop this, but it should be growing as we are growing.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I think it will. I mean, it's definitely such a fabulous location, and the artwork is great, and you're an experienced business owner, and you know the
Well,
community.
I don't know what that means.
I think the community has really supported you in this endeavor. Is supporting
It's
you.
yeah, it's a response from the community there is wonderful. We were open for 4 weekends before Christmas, kind of unannounced, and so it was mostly traffic from the neighborhood, and people were really wonderful. They were such a support, and I feel that the neighborhood has also changed in the 25 years that I've been connected with this. We bought the house in 78, so it's been quite a while, and we've seen largely go through all kinds of changes.
Yes. Yes.
I think it's on a wonderful upswing. There are a lot of young couples in the whole center square, and young people, a lot of artists, and young people that are kind of the age of how we were, my husband and I, when we first
When we
moved there,
first,
in our mid-30s. And it feels good. It feels kind of good to reconnect with this whole group of artists community.
Oh, it's nice.
And it's wonderful.
Now, what led you into opening the gallery?
Well, it's kind of a long story. But I was out of touch with a lot of art things for quite a few years, having raised children. Somehow being a mother and being creative is kind of hard for me to combine. Um, so so that happened, and then also kind of, your midlife problem of menopause and all these things had kind of made me not be able to do things. I was
Oh,
sick a lot. And but then about 4 years or so, 4 years ago, I decided I'm going to pick things up again. I took pottery class at the art center in Troy, and I had a wonderful teacher, John Visser, and he got me really excited about doing things again. And so I got into pottery. I outgrew the place pretty soon. I needed my own space. I rented this gallery space, not a gallery space, a studio space at the River Street Pottery, where RCCA used to be. And got totally like a madwoman into making pottery and trying things out again. And it was a wonderful way back. It was
that's
so
great.
meditative. And so I made all these things, and I thought, oh God, wouldn't it be nice to have a space where you could show your own work? And meanwhile, we also could show art to all our, all the friends that we know. And so we had kind of tossed this idea, and then the storefront was available again. And so within no time, we decided, oh, okay, let's jump into this. We want to do this. And that's how it came
That's
about.
great.
So I don't know when you said about I have so much business experience. Our way of doing is we just do things, it's no planning, and we just kind of work
It felt
hard.
right, and you went
Yeah.
with that.
And then we just work and work and work. And both my husband and I, we kind of do the same thing, we just get to it and work on it.
Cool.
So we do everything ourselves.
Cool. That's one thing I was thinking too, is which we should mention to the audience, is it's along with paintings and two-dimensional art, that you do have pottery and beautiful handmade jewelry there, and sculptural pieces at 292 Lark Street. And Kathy, what's the phone number if someone wants to give you a call?
Oh, it's 436-9498. You get my husband, our business graphic design, on the phone, but it's both of us together, and he'll get me if you need to talk with me. So, and we also have a website. It's fairlyfarmsgallery.com. And we'll try to have the schedule on there, and we'll soon have also the schedule for the whole year. We'll have the whole year is booked out already. We have
Fabulous.
every month we have a new show.
Yeah,
And we will have one predominantly ceramic show in the summer, in July, towards the end of July, and I think it's 23rd of July till 16th of August. And then before Christmas, before the holidays, we'll have 5 weeks. We'll have a lot of more gift items in there. So it's not a strict art show, but lots of different
for
things.
the holiday shop.
Right,
I
right.
think people are getting familiar with Schenectady Museum. There's a holiday shop, and I remember when the Art Center was the RCCA, they always did a holiday shop.
Yeah, that's right.
Are they
Yeah,
continuing that also?
They had a store there for a while. I don't
Okay.
know whether they're going to do this again before the holidays. I don't know.
Well, I think it's a nice idea because people, you want to give something really special and something that's homemade, handmade.
I would like to
great.
have smaller artworks, and they're more an affordable price range, and a group show more pottery, more jewelry. So the place should be, full of stuff. So.
Now, your pottery is just blowing me away here. May I pick up a piece
Sure,
here to
sure.
show? I think these pieces are so fabulous. I should show it off to the side maybe a little so it's not right in front of my pattern top. What type of pottery is this? I mean, it's earthenware,
Stoneware.
stoneware.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
5 to 6.
Okay.
And
Look at
I
this.
just, I like to work very, totally freehand, and I often
Okay.
rip the clay and patch it back together again, you know. Or I cut pieces out and paste them together. I
Oh,
work,
that's how you're getting all these different
right,
sort of, I'm thinking fingery, digit type. Um, I just let you use your words. I'm going
well,
to make up my own here.
I just cut
Feathers.
out forms and put them back together.
So are these on a wheel at all?
No, they're all
Okay.
hand built.
All
And
hand built.
yeah, each one, I don't really repeat things. It's never the same piece.
Wow.
So I build over hump molds, and
Should have you hold
yeah,
some up against your black top. It'll work really well.
yeah,
Carl, get you on a close
yeah,
up
so
there.
it's
There's
kind of
this guy in
my
a
Mickey
nice
Mouse.
close up. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so you did that hand, not on a wheel.
It's
And
hand built, yeah,
okay,
over hump molds, what they
okay.
call hump molds. It's a plaster mold, and the clay is
Okay.
rolled out and
Okay. Good.
is rolled out and molded over until it's dry, you know, and then you turn it over and glaze it, fire it and glaze it and fire it again.
Now,
So
what would you use that serving piece for? Would you strictly as an art piece, or
no,
would you put
no.
some of?
It could be a little tray for cookies or cheese platter, a little when you have the hors d'oeuvres or whatever. Or you could have it just as a decorative piece, sitting there.
So do you feel your
Yeah.
pieces have a dual function in that they could be used strictly as decorative or also as a functional piece for people
Right,
to enjoy
right.
in their
Oh
everyday
yeah, yeah, definitely.
living?
I mean, this you would not use as a soup bowl, I would assume. It has a lot of holes in it. But you can have it as a cookie bowl, display baked, things that don't fall through.
Yeah, this is really incredible too. Look at this piece right here. One thing I've noticed with the pieces that you brought us today is you have a common color scheme on some and then a different kind of color scheme on others. Do you have many pieces in one sort? Say this, like this turquoise.
Yeah, I usually when I have one firing, I do maybe two kind of glazes. Um, Actually, all these pieces is same glaze except
Oh, it
this.
is?
Yes, and the big difference is that this is white clay, and this is red brown clay.
You're
So the
kidding.
same glaze will have very different effects
Wow,
on
so
different clay body.
really, so the same clay that did the
This is the same clay.
Okay.
These three
This
pieces.
is on a red clay.
But this is the same glaze
Okay.
on a white clay.
Wow,
So
I can't even believe
you
that.
have, the white clay here on the.
Oh, I can't even believe that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
And this is an incredible glaze kind of. It's fascinating. It can go very bad. It can go very wrong. Um, but depending how thick the glaze is, it, if it's thick, it makes this turquoise. And
That
when
is
it's
so
thinner,
cool.
it goes into. And depending how the firing goes or what else you have in the kiln, it makes it different again.
Really?
It's
So this
fascinating.
middle stripe, that is sort of what I'm calling a pattern on three of the pieces that you brought us here today, is the same exact glaze as this ground.
Yeah.
It's the application of
It's
it that
one
was
glaze
different.
on there that makes all the different.
Wow.
Some of
I
it
thought
is
it was different
accidental. Some of it
materials.
you can, reproduce. But
Yes.
it's every time it kind of comes out with a slight difference.
Oh,
The
okay.
glazes are really Now this is a different vase.
All right. I
Um,
just think that is so incredible. I
yeah.
had no idea. I love this bigger. Can you reach that from
Sure.
there and hold it up? Now, what about this piece? I mean, I'm seeing it as sculpture, but I'm also thinking flowers in there
Yeah.
or
Oh, yeah. It's a
anything.
it's a vase. It can be used as a vase. It can be used with dried flowers, or it can be just sit there as a decorative piece.
Oh,
You
it's
know. So,
incredible. That's a
and
really nice
this
piece.
is also built over hump mold and then
Oh,
joined together,
okay.
into a form, and then you know
So it's like two forms
right
over this time, and then you uh,
join them
joined
together
it. Okay.
into a pot, kind of,
Mm.
and then add the other
That's a
piece
beautiful
there.
piece.
Yeah.
Now, were you doing pottery back in your childhood or
Not in my
anything, or did you
childhood.
start it
I
recently?
started well, in the early 70s in England,
Okay.
actually. And no, it was in Ithaca that I did this for the first time. And right after my son was born. And then we were in England for a while, and I took some pottery classes there. And when we came back to Albany, came to Albany, I worked for a while in the community arts workshop,
Oh,
which was kind of a rehab thing. So
okay.
I taught macrame there, and I could therefore use the pottery studio there. And that's where I did quite a bit of pottery, and then when I opened the restaurant, I was decided to build all the dishes myself for the restaurant.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And very soon I had to stop because I realized the stacking of the handmade bowls, 10 plates, they're this high,
Oh.
whereas you have only a small room where you could stack your plates. And so I ended up only having the salad bowls hand built
Oh, I didn't realize
for the
that.
restaurant. But those lasted about 3 months. After I hired a dishwasher, they disappeared
They were
one
gone,
at
right?
one a day, and because you had to be really careful washing them and stuff. So
They're
yeah, so
beautiful.
it
I
goes
could just talk
right
about
on.
the pottery the whole time, but I do want to share with the audience too. This jewelry that you're making is incredible. When I ran into you about a month ago, you're wearing a stunning pink necklace, and I remember
Oh
commenting, "What
really?
a beautiful necklace, Kathy! I love that." You shared with me that you were the creator of it.
Thank
Now, are
you.
these all natural gems or
Yeah,
polished
they are all
stones?
semi-precious stones. Yeah, I work predominantly with those. Sometimes I use a few glass beads as spacers, but it's mostly semi-precious stones
But you holds
and
up
and pearls.
some, you have that beautiful, the
Yeah,
great
you see
top
this
to
as a
hold it
rosary
up
here.
against. Yeah,
uh,
hold that up
yeah,
and share a little
this
bit
is a
about that
turquoise.
piece.
It's all
Wow.
different turquoise
It
pieces here.
is?
Yeah.
Even the sort of leaf curled one at the bottom?
No, I think
Oh, okay.
this is a different stone. I don't know now exactly what kind of
It's
stone that is,
beautiful.
but this is a nice turquoise, which is
That's
very pretty
incredible
as a
stone.
centerpiece. And I also made this.
I like
It's a
that.
new material that they have. It's called precious metal clay. So it's kind of wonderful
Oh,
for me
I think
to.
I heard about that. You actually mold it and everything, right?
You
And
work
then
almost like with clay. You
okay.
roll it out and you can form it like clay. And it's like miniature clay pieces. But it's something that I can really relate to. And then you fire it also in a little kiln.
Oh,
And the material where the silver is suspended in is burned away, and it's just pure silver left. So, and then it's
that's really beautiful
oxidized,
piece.
and so I make also these earring
Like those.
pieces.
I like
It's
those a
also
lot.
silver, or you can make rings with it,
That's gorgeous. Now your
So
jewelry is available at 292 Lark
at the
Street, right?
gallery, yeah.
And do you have it in other places right now, or
No, no,
okay?
I don't have enough time.
It's a
I
nice
don't
set.
even have enough pieces. We have other jewelers in the gallery
Oh,
as well.
okay.
Yeah, Karen Greendale and Dana Rudolph. So
That's great. These are
yeah.
beautiful earrings too. And now this one, if you hold that up against your black top, it'll stand pop out a little bit more. That's really great. It looks like
These are
so metallic.
uh, um,
Wow.
what do you say? Freshwater, freshwater pearls.
They are?
These, yeah, it's
Oh,
amazing what they do now.
that's a
They
natural color?
no, they're
Okay.
dyed,
Okay.
but the pearls are pearls, like the round pearls.
Okay.
They just
Yeah.
put different thicker pieces
They're beautiful.
into the shells.
Wow.
So they build their material around that. It's I think a little tissue paper or something, so they can kind of manipulate the shapes. I think it's
That's great.
fascinating.
I just love getting together with another artist who's doing multiple kinds of imagery because so often um, I think for artists or writers, anyone in the creative field are sort of pushed into one thing. So many places want to see one type of art that you do. And I just think you're so much more interesting. And, I think when you have a creative mind, it just expands into everything. Like you do macrame. I mean, I was doing that all the time in the pottery and the jewelry and painting and sculpting. And I personally like to be able to express myself in all ways. And you're obviously a great cook as well.
Well, my family always thought could, I you just can't stick with anything. Why are you doing, doing something new again? And I guess maybe I spread myself thin. I was like, but there's just so many things
Yeah. There's so many
that are so
interesting
wonderful
things to
to do
explore.
and to, so you want to explore. I, I'm not a master at anything, but I'm having a good
I
time.
think seeing your work today has really proven that you're definitely at master level. And
Oh no, far, far from it.
beautiful. Kathy, I want
Um,
to thank you for sharing a bit about yourself here with Framed. And I hope that everyone gets out to 292 Lark Street and says hello to Kathy Wednesday through Saturday right now. And get to come and see some of your beautiful pieces.
well, thank you so much. That was very nice to
You're
have me here,
welcome.
and I hope everybody else will join me and support our new little enterprise.
Good. And we'll see more of you in the capital region and beyond in years to come. Thank you.